Okay, while it's on my head, I'm gonna do one more video about some of the today about some of the conditions at CCWF. But it just amazes me that they built these facilities that didn't have air conditioning systems built in. You understand what I'm saying? So, and you know it's hot here in California. So for them to build prisons with no air conditioning it amazes me. But another thing I wanted to talk about was, and there's no air conditioning in chow hall either. So you sit in that hot chow hall trying to have your meals, there's no air conditioning in there. But another thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that these things, there's a thing called yard down. When there's a yard down, since they have so few officers, there's only 2 officers per unit working, and they have to deal with 250, 300 women. If there's a yard down, that means 1 officer has to leave the unit. So, since they know 1 officer cannot control this many women, that means we have to be still. We have to sit down. And sitting down means sitting on the floor. They don't have a lot of tables and chairs. I don't think they have but 1 in the day room. But they have all these benches in front of the TV, and like I said, there's no cable. We get 2 movies a week that they put in. We get 2 movies a week, and every Wednesday the movie's supposed to change. But some weeks they don't change the movie, so we wind up watching the same 2 movies maybe a week and a half. As I say, when there's a yard down, you have to get off the benches and sit on the floor. Now, as I said, there's few staff, so even if you're outside going to a doctor's appointment, going to school, if they call the yard down, if you're going to chow, if they call the yard down, you have to sit on the ground. And it got to the point because they call the yard down if there's a fight between 2 people. They call the yard down if somebody gets sick. You see what I'm saying? So you can be sitting down on the ground, up and down all day long. Sometimes these yard downs last for hours. One time the yard down, while I was sitting outside trying to sell my stuff, it was out 15 minutes. I fell asleep sitting at the bench I was on. And the only reason I was sitting on the bench and everybody else was sitting on the ground because when I first got there, yard downs was happening so often, and even if it's raining outside, you have to sit on the ground. So going to chow sometimes, in the rain, I had to sit on the ground. And my pants, my panties are soaking wet and dirty. So I'd go in the chow hall, all wet, eat my meal, go back to the unit and wash my pants. Because you see the dirt on my panties. Wash my pants and my panties. So I got to the point where I got tired of sitting down. You can sit there in the rain for half an hour. I think that's as long as I sit out on the ground in the rain. So I decided they have people with mobility vests, mobility impaired vests. People who have hearing, cannot hear well, people who can't have vision impairments. You go to the doctor and they give you a vest, this little green mesh vest. If you have a vest, you don't have to sit on the ground. So I got tired of sitting on the ground in the rain, getting wet and getting dirty. So I went to the doctor, I put in the copay, and told the doctor I had problems with my back. But he said, even at my age of 69, I still had to sit on the ground. He said, but even if you have a back injury, unless you cannot bend over, you have to sit on the ground. So he told me to bend over, and I act like I couldn't stand all the way back up. But what he did, he told me, say, the only way, if you don't have Medicare, a Medicare card, we cannot provide you a vest. So you have to apply for Medicare. But see, I already have a Medicare card. So I told him, I say, I already have a card, so he gave me a mobility vest, because it's all about money. So then with these yard downs all the time, when they have a yard down, you don't have to sit down, but you might be standing up for an hour or so in one spot. Because when they say yard down, you have to freeze movement immediately. You cannot move at all. So even with my mobility vest, if there was a bench a few feet away, I could not go on, sit on a bench. You understand what I'm saying? So they won't even let you go to the bathroom. There's a porta potty outside, but they won't even let you go to the bathroom. So I say, since I'm standing up so much, I went to the doctor again and said I have a problem with my legs. He made me walk a line, and again I act like I was stumbling. I could not walk that, and I told him my legs was weak. So he gave me a temporary walker, because the walker has a seat. See my walker over there? The walker has a seat that I can sit on when they call yard down. And so I can sit in my seat instead of sitting on that wet ground. Like I say, yard downs can go on all day long, because people get sick. With 5,000 women, you know that there's going to be arguments and fights. So yard downs can go on all day long. So most of the time, you're stuck sitting somewhere. They won't, even if it's not on your unit, even if it's not on your yard. If a fight happens or somebody gets sick on D yard, they will shut down C yard and B yard. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole facility shuts down sometime because two people got in a fight or someone got sick. It's crazy. I've never imagined anything like this. But I was going to talk about something else too. You're telling me, the schools, they enroll you in the schools. They tell you if you come there, if you enroll in schools, you can get time off. You can get time off your time. But they set it up so, even if you go to school, they don't give you the time. They say this one class is transitions. If you sign up for the class, transition is a 6-week class. If you sign up for it, they give you 2 weeks off your time. So I signed up for it. But the thing that happened was, what was her name? Candace, Christine, whatever her name was, a little Asian girl. She took the class, and then when she took it, they told her she couldn't get her 2 weeks off because you have to be 60 days to the gate in order to get your time off. You know what I'm saying? So I think she was supposed to leave in like 45 days, but they didn't tell her that. So she took the class, and she didn't get her 2 weeks off. I've heard incidences of this happening over and over again. One girl took the class, was almost done. They called her out for court. They gave her a certificate, but when she asked about her time off, they told her since she went out to court, even though she had a certificate, she could not get her 2 weeks. Some of the long-term inmates that's been there, they take the classes, and just before, like computer classes, just before they're supposed to get their time off, they pull them out the classes and put them on a job. A lot of inmates were angry about that. Some of the classes do not open back up. These classes might be closed for years, and then when they do open up, they put them back in class, and then they pull them out again before they can get the time. They keep switching them around. So most people never get that time. They tell you if you take the GED class, you get 6 months off your time. So even though I have my GED, so I was going to do that so I can get the 6 months. But when I went there, the paperwork said if you lie and you have a GED already, that you'll get a 115. A 115 is like a write-up, and they take days away from you. If you don't show up for these classes, they give you a ducat for your class days, you get a 115. They give you 30, they give you 30 60 to 90 days if you don't go to the class, because they're pushing these programs to get paid. It's not really a class. These are places they don't have school books. They have papers and pamphlets that they ran off on the copier. They don't have books, nothing like that. And even though I have a GED, and I told the teacher that, she said, well, you have to prove that you have a GED. You have to sit down for your transcripts. They know most of these people can't get those transcripts. So they still make them take them classes. And like I said, if you don't go, they give you add days to your time or take days away from you. So I went to this class, and I told the teacher, because I wanted to refresh my fractions. So I took some of the pamphlets, and they tell you, you must return the pencil. They give you a pencil and the pamphlets. The paperwork didn't run off. They tell you if you don't return that, that will come out of your gate money. You have to pay for it. So she gave me 2 pieces of paper to do an assignment, essay. And the next morning when I came, I told her, I'm not coming. I already have a GED. I'm not coming. So she was angry, but then she said, where's the 2 pieces of lined paper I gave you in the pencil? I said, it's on my unit. She said, I need that paper. That paper, we can't afford to leave that paper out. Those 2 sheets of paper, that lined paper is expensive. She made me go all the way back, walk all the way back to my unit to get those 2 pieces of paper and the pencil. This system is set up, it is crazy. And like I said, most of them that they said they're going to get days off, time off for taking these classes, they never give it to them. They never give it to them. I was going to deal with another issue, but as I think of this, how the system is set up, it is crazy. All right, guys, talk to you later.